You're watching KFDM 6 News at 6 in HD.
I've never felt like she's ever tried to coerce us into any sort of religion or that she's ever spent too much time on it. She's always given each one the same amount of respect she's given the other.
Reaction to a geography lesson at Lumberton High School that is drawing national attention. The superintendent and two students who are in the class say criticism of the lesson is not fair. Good evening, I'm Kelly Phillips. Thank you for joining us. Fox News, MSNBC, bloggers, and national websites are weighing in on a freshman AP World Geography lesson a Lumberton High School teacher taught last week. The criticism is centered on several elements of the lesson, what some call the use of material from C-Scope, a resource made available to teachers from regional educational service centers across Texas. Some critics say certain lessons in C-Scope are biased, even anti-American. They say districts are forced to use C-Scope and that it removes local control from education. Perhaps more than anything, a picture of students wearing burqas in the class. This picture has made the criticism go viral. Some people who are upset about the lesson say the clothing was treated as a fashion accessory, not as a symbol of oppression of women. They claim the lesson was entirely about Islam and that the teacher said Muslim terrorists are freedom fighters. The superintendent says he is getting negative calls from across the country from people he says are getting bad information about what really happened in the class. KFDM News anchor Ashley Gaston decided to visit Lumberton High School today to talk to students and the superintendent about the lesson. She joins us now in the studio with details. Ashley?
The superintendent gave KFDM permission to make a surprise visit to the high school. We spoke with students who are in the class. They said they support their teacher and refute what they call misinformation.
Bailey Smith and Nicole Davis are freshmen at Lumberton High School. And when it comes to a favorite teacher, they agree on one.
She really loves what she teaches. She's very outgoing. She's very good with the students. And she always teaches us what we need to know, and you can tell that she enjoys what she does.
They enjoy the hands-on learning they receive in the AP World Geography class.
It's definitely a lot more fun than some of the classes I've taken, which are kind of drab and it's monotonous.
Smith and Davis are learning about different cultures, religions, customs from across the world. Last week, they spent 2 days learning about the Middle East.
We recently tried on the different types of garbs from the Middle East, and she really got into it, and we were all very excited to do that.
The students say the teacher gave them the option of whether to put on burqas. Many who did took pictures. Now the picture and the lesson are in the national spotlight.
It's kind of disappointing to me to see so many people up in arms over something that was really inconsequential.
Feel the same way, Bailey? Yeah. It's kind of heartbreaking to see such a good teacher be attacked like that.
Islam isn't the only religion the students have learned about.
They've also studied Christianity and Judaism. Right now, they're learning about the culture of South Africa.
You can't teach everything is black and white. Everything is right and wrong. We have to let the kids formulate some kind of idea of what is happening in the world.
John Velastro is the Lumberton school superintendent. He says the teacher has taught the same lesson for a long time in her decades-long career, long before C-Scope was in the classrooms. He says the lesson and students allowed to try on burqas are nothing new.
Our teachers do a good job. It's just unfortunate that they are caught in between a struggle between what one group thinks is inappropriate and what the state is trying to teach.
Velastro says if the state wants to change the curriculum, the district will do what's necessary. In the meantime, the two students we spoke with support the lesson, the teacher, and deny she tried to influence their opinion on the Middle East or any region they study in world geography.
I love my teacher and I love her class and I enjoy it.
State lawmaker Dan Patrick of Houston is looking into the lesson, and the Texas Board of Education is investigating the use of C-Scope. Again, the superintendent says that resource was used for only a very small portion of the lesson. Reporting live in the studio, Ashley Gaston, KFDM 6 News.